Hey everybody, this is Blaze of Firewolf back. This is Roundup part 105. I went to spend a week at Dad's. I think it was February the 25th that I spent a few days until like March 4th. All these finds, before I continue on, the bad news is my cover for my detector that I put over my machine, that's good for like if you're detecting in horrid rain. The screen got busted, but I've had the screen, that plastic screen that came with it is broken, and my pinpointer's kaput. But I've had that for a few years, so I mean, it was. I've had it for a while. I think since 2020. I have a replacement pinpointer, don't worry. So I have things to replace before I continue on metal detecting. But all these finds here are from Dog Beach, some part of, actually some La Jolla Cove, because I went to metal detect La Jolla Cove for the first time. I also went to metal detect, I think it was Dog Park. Now, when I detected on this week, it was raining. It was a bit muddy. But what I did is I put 2 plastic bags over my coil. I'll show you just a quick bit. What I did is I put 2 plastic bags over this, and pretty much just so it won't get really muddy. And I kind of just, let's just say that that it helped me from detecting in horrid weather. And the wind was blowing 40 miles per hour when I was metal detecting La Jolla Cove. It was raining heavily, but I'm still able to hear my signal. But without a pinpointer, my pinpointer broke on Monday, so I was pretty much crippled with a pinpointer, but I still found some good stuff. I still find stuff regardless without a pinpointer, but that is a disadvantage because I love to dig deeper targets because you never know what you're going to find, 8 inches. Some of these copper pennies at Dog Beach were in the grass, and they were 8 inches, some of them. Especially this one. This one was 8 inches, right nearby a fence line, in the same grass where I found that Tootsie toy and I think it was 2 silver rings. Though that one that I found, the one with the 2 stones in it, with the center part missing, that I found last year, I think. I found that last year or the year before that. I forgot, but let's just say all these hunts are from different areas, especially La Jolla Cove, because... And I found out there's a beach that you take. You take the stairs down, and then there's like this really nice wavy beach. It's not windy since it takes the stairs down. I found some clad, and I found something good, which is quite surprising for me. But yeah, $11.75 and all this clad. Now, some of those quarters are a bit crusty because they've been in the sand in the beach, so that I pretty much use vinegar on quite a few. In the nickels, but let's just say the number 3 keeps getting mentioned when I detected. Now, just some junky tokens. They're not special, but I used a new type of material. What do you call it? Acidic kind of thing. CLR. I used CLR for the first time. Don't worry, I wore gloves. I don't wear gloves when I use vinegar because it's not really that hard. Unless I used CLR because it's a different type of chemical or something. 3 dog tags, 3 silver coins, and 2 silver rings. And I found four of these really awesome items in La Jolla Cove. So, majority of these signals are between 8 inches to a couple inches. I'd say these were about several inches. And this one I didn't pick up with the detector because it was made of iron. Remember, it's copper plated. It's not, but it's a Bucketlist. My first ever 2p, 1993, English 2p, 2p. My first ever Mexican coin out of this year, I think. I think so. I'm not 100%. I haven't detected for a while at least. But, yeah. This is a Bucketlist I found at Dog Park. It's a Panama coin, 2019, so it's very, very modern. It's made out of the same material as almost like a quarter, and it rang up like a quarter, 87, 88, 89. But yeah, that's my first ever Panama coin. You can read it, República de Panama. Quite a Bucketlist because I've never found a coin from Panama. This is nothing. I think I got a little bit of scrap metal. This was about 3-4 inches. It's an old lead sinker. I think it's got some white patina on it, so it's kind of a good sign because it's old. How old, I don't know, but it's, a sinker. Carabiner. A pretty good condition one. I might give that to my stepdad. It still works. No rust on it. It's like it was dropped yesterday. This I found at La Jolla Cove. Phoenix Zoo. It's one of those pennies where you put it in a machine and it makes a really cool plaque out of it. They're made out of copper, but they're also made out of zinc. Because I know they use zinc pennies. Yeah, a good piece of metal. 3 dog tags. Yep, 3 dog tags. This one's Lincoln, I think. Yep, Lincoln. It's got a phone number and stuff on the back. I think this one's Cora. Yeah, Cora. Wonder Woman. All these 3 I found at Dog Beach, on the Dog Beach side. And this one is Rabby, or Raby. Pretty cool dog tags. Some of them were several inches. Now on to the more, I need a little bit of info on this. When I showed this to my grandpa, I found out there's some really cool writing in the back. This I found in the same area where I found the 2 Indians, the silver spoon, and a lot of cool artifacts. I saw there's writing in the back. I hope you guys can see that. Sister Ann and I did a little bit of digging. It is a real place. It is a real address in Chicago, 103 in Dolph Street. But good question. What is this from? Because we've looked everywhere for this, trying to look. This is taking us down the rabbit hole, trying to find out information on this. Is it from the Teamsters? Is it from that truckers union, the Teamsters? Or is it something else? Again, I'll show you the address again. Now, is this as old? It's got a screw thread. Sister Ann told me it could possibly be, a tie tacks. One of those that go for old-fashioned ties back in the day. But yeah, I hope you guys are able to see that. Chicago 103. When I first found this thing, I didn't know what to do with it. It was all cruddy and messed up. I trust, Sister Ann enough, so I let her use vinegar and, I trusted her to clean it. But I'm not cleaning it anymore because we've already took every cranny of dirt out of this. But I need information on this. If you have any ideas on what this is, what it's off, what is it from, and how old it is, then please be sure to answer in the comments, please. Again, there's the address right there. It said it's got Indolph Street, or Randolph Street. Randolph Street. It's much better. But it's a pretty cool piece of history. I think it's very old, even though it does have a screw thread in it. But it's a piece of history. Something fascinating. Again, it still could also be for horses, but if it is, you know, it is from Chicago. It is definitely from Chicago, Illinois. Now let's go to the other stuff. This I found at Dog Beach. Nothing special, just a junky pot metal kind of cactus. This, after using some CLR and vinegar, I'm not sure if it's off of a button or not, but you could take a good guess on what it is. It's got this in the back. It's magnetic slightly. I think it's made out of certain type of pot metal, maybe. If not, maybe some steel. I'm not sure. Piece of brass, as you do. Screw thread. I found that at La Jolla Cove. And it is brass. Now, I detected in horrific weather. Oh, I don't want to forget. I found this first before everything else. This is my first ever mercury dime of 2023. 1943. No mint. But again, it's a 3. Yes, it's a 3. 1943 mercury dime, no mint. Bucketlist because it's my first mercury. And believe it or not, I found it in almost close proximity to these 8-inch copper pennies at Dog Beach in the grass. I pretty much metal detected the grass when the landscaper dudes weren't there. I got away with detecting it because in case if I find something like this. Sorry, it was actually all covered in black. It had like this black sticky stuff stuck to it. You could still see a bit right there. It was like almost completely black when I found it. But that's what, happens to a silver, even a silver coin. But yep, it's a 1943 mercury dime, no mint. Now I went to Dog Park. This was a couple inches. I found this in horrific rain. It was raining a bit, and then it stopped. And this was a couple inches. It is me for you, and you for me. It is 925 silver ring, making it my first ever silver ring of 2023. And I'm pinpointer-less. This, my pinpointer lasted only until Monday, and then my pinpointer stopped. That's when I have no more pinpointer. And that's when I relied on metal detecting, just detecting. It's very hard without a pinpointer, but I did it regardless. And I still found stuff. Now, let's go to La Jolla Cove for a bit. Now, every time I want to go to La Jolla Cove, I wanted to see if I could find at least one wheat penny, let alone finding 3 silver items. But I'll save the best for last because that's what I'm going to title it, this video. Bucketlist silver dime, because it's something I've never found, and it's my oldest silver coin I've ever found. There's a beach that takes you down the stairs, lets you take a view. There's a lot of sand in this area since it is a beach, though there's a lot of rocks. This is a promise ring. Sister Ann did better work on it than me since it is a promise ring. It's not an engagement ring. The black stuff is actually not onyx. It's actually corrosive. So at least now I know what it is, but it's personalized too. And it is a silver ring. Yep. My first ever beach silver. And I didn't even metal detect the rest of the other beaches as much. Or, I mean, I didn't find any gold or silver on then, but this is a 925 silver My Sky. I think you could see it right there. My Sky. And on this side, it says 925, S925. It is a silver ring. This is my very first silver ring out of La Jolla Cove. I detected the beach part. I know, I'm sorry I keep disregarding the rule, because I've been told that you can't do the grass because someone else will come by and dig it too. I don't care. I'm sorry, but I don't care, because I found these two in that picnic row of that hot spot where I kept finding a lot of the, you know, the wheat pennies and a lot of the other stuff. I got one wheat penny. Again, it's another one of the threes. 1953S. They made billions of those things, I'm telling you. You know, it's quite valuable. I find quite a lot of them. I think I've found about 4 or 5 of them now. Yeah, very common date, 53S. This was completely black when I found it, and I found it close to this as well. It was only a couple inches. It was all black when I found it. I'm like, oh man, is it a clad dime or is it silver? Then I saw the date. It's a 1953, just like the wheat penny. 1953, no mint. There's no mint on it. But it was all black when I found it. Seriously. And it was sticky like glue. I'm trying to get it off as much as I can. I used CLR. I used baking soda. I used toothpaste, because I know toothpaste is good for cleaning silver. I used everything in the sun to clean it. And unfortunately, there's still a bit of black on there. But it's a 1953 silver Roosevelt. If I found a silver quarter, I probably almost would get close to a quad factor. But, yeah. That's not all. I found my oldest silver coin I've ever found. Right here. And this was in that same region. You know, that wooded area where there's trees and branches. Bushes and trees, and where it's very wooded. It was raining heavily. It was windy. I mean it. It was like 40-mile-an-hour wind. But I don't care. I detect in horrible weather. I have my detecting boots as well. I'm going to see if I can show you guys that. Just over there. This was only maybe 3 inches. This is another silver Canadian. But this is my oldest coin. My oldest silver coin I've ever found so far. It's a Canadian 10 cents. It's very hard to tell with the glare, but King George the Fourth. It's a Canadian 10 cents. It's pretty smooth, but it is very trying hard. 10 cents Canada, 1930. Sister Ann and I did a little bit of more digging on this. This coin is 80% silver. It's much higher than the 50%, which was the 1968 from last year. This is for this to be 1930. Yeah, it's making it my oldest silver coin I've ever found. 93 years old. You know, it's getting close to 100. You know, we only have about 7 years. It'll be 100 years old. But yeah, that is a bucket list. 10 cents Canada. It's 80% silver and 20% copper, which could explain the 84 signal. It rang up exactly the same as many of the other coins I dig usually. Whether it's clad, like copper, it's been reading up 84, 85. specifically 84, and I keep digging them, and I keep finding, some like that. But that is a bucket list. 1930, Canadian 10 cents, King George IV. Let's see what happens. I'm still waiting to see if I can find a barber, but so far I'll take this. But yeah, that is a killer coin. It's not really, I don't think I can be able to get the date. I'm trying to angle it, and if it'll focus, there. 10 cents, Canada, 1930. Off camera, it's actually pretty slick right there on the A and the E, but in the front, but right there, but yeah. That's my roundup. Bucketlist silver dime. I do plan on detecting again as soon as I get my equipment. I've already got them from Amazon. They should be coming the coming Sunday or Monday, or I don't know. But we've ordered them, and they're coming. So it's gonna take a little bit of while before I detect again. But yeah, I found all this without a pinpointer almost. I'd say probably 40% of this I found without a pinpointer. Not a joke. 50%. Because my pinpointer broke on Monday. It turned on. The vibration was busted. The vibrating part was busted. And it's not picking metal. Not picking up any more metal. So I'm glad I, still able to use the detector. Unfortunately, it's not really been good at digging up proper holes, but, Hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like it, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and definitely share this video whenever you could. I make videos whenever I could. Please be sure to share this video everywhere you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you could. This is Blaze the Firewolf, and I'm out.